in a way, it's kind of fitting that I'm recording this late at night. Because honestly, I remember when I was younger, I was absolutely terrified of CW Flash's version of the Zoom, or of Zoom. Why did I say the Zoom? I'm not sure. Now, Zoom is absolutely terrifying. Hunter Zolomon is a freak in terms of what he brought to the table in Season 2, and what he brought to the table of a fear factor of a villain. Yes, don't get me wrong. Reverse Flash is scary in his own right. The hatred he has for Barry Allen is beyond of anyone's imagination. But Hunter Zolomon, aka Zoom, is something different. Because his every aspect of Hunter Zolomon or Zoom is so disgustingly terrifying in CW's Flash. Now, what are these aspects that I'm talking about? Well, for starters, his visual design. I mean, Zoom isn't just a dark version of the Flash. His suit is literally looking like a demonic creature in the night. His suit is monstrous. The black leather, the glowing eyes, glowing blue eyes, dark eyes, whatever you want to call them, and demonic mask. This is like a supernatural hunter, a supernatural demonic predator, you could even call him. And he doesn't talk like a man. We've heard the voice, the vibration of the vocals by different Flashes and stuff like that. But his vibration isn't just a staticky kind of weird vibration. No, it's a growl, a whispered growl that seems to be like a creature that is talking to you when the dark fills the entirety of the room and you can't even see a peek of what this thing is. That is what Zoom is. Zoom is a terrifying thing, and I'm sure everybody on Earth 2 was looking over their shoulder when they walked down the street and looking over their shoulder when they were just trying to get groceries. That's how terrifying this thing was. Even though, let's be honest, the normal person probably had no issues with Zoom. It's not like the normal person was going to be threatened by this monster pretending to be a hero, which we will also get to that point as well. But still, yes, the normal person might not have felt threatened by him, but still, having this looming, monstrous creature that is, yes, a man, but borderline monster, is something that will get everybody running to their bed at nights after they turn off the light. Now, what about the whole idea of him being a monster pretending to be a hero? Because that is definitely something that needs to be talked about. They did it so beautifully in Season 2. We won't talk about the Hunter Zolomon / Zoom that we got later on, like toward the very last season of The Flash, because that version of him was super lame. The CGI was terrible, but that peak Season 2 was a different version. And the Hunter Zolomon that we know of Season 2, the monster pretending to be a hero, played this long game, posing as Jay Garrick, a version of the Flash. And this hero was a speedster, a heroic speedster from Earth 2. And this even led to the Flash and his team literally trusting him. His whole team would trust this Jay Garrick guy without even thinking. Would trust him, believing that yes, this person right here is the Flash of this universe, is the Flash of this place, and this Earth 2 is saved and aka protected by this Jay Garrick. But guess what? This Jay Garrick wasn't even a hero. He was playing this ridiculous long game, a long game that would make everybody trust the idea of Jay Garrick, the face of Hunter Zolomon, but the idea of Jay Garrick, the speedster known as the Flash, a heroic speedster that can really protect everybody, or at least tries to protect everybody. Even Team Flash tries to help him, tries to do this, tries to do that, talks to him about saving his speed, and even eventually they mourn him. They mourn Jay Garrick, or at least who they thought was Jay Garrick, because what they don't know is when Zoom put a hand through this version of Jay Garrick, it wasn't him at all. It was another version of Hunter Zolomon that saw the beauty of the plan that Zoom created and decided that I'd sacrifice my life so that things would go exactly the way they're supposed to go. And that right there makes him terrifying. Terrifying, twisted, disgusting, and just borderline insane. I say borderline, no. He's insane. Because that twist wasn't just shocking. It was personal. It was traumatic. I mean, the Team Flash, or even Flash himself, he dealt with so much betrayal from who he thought was Harrison Wells, but really was Eobard Thawne. So having Zoom come in, having Jay Garrick show up and have him betray basically Barry and everybody else, tricking them into thinking, yeah, I'm a good guy. I'm the Flash of that universe. I'm trying to save it. And all they wanted to do was push Barry further. Zoom wanted Barry at his best, at his absolute, utter best. And what was his best? His best was becoming just like Hunter Zolomon. Yes, he wanted his speed. Yes, he wanted his powers. And yes, he wanted to take everything from Barry. And maybe that even included his willingness to kill. But Zoom, he would do anything to scratch his way into the psyche of Barry Allen. And he did just that. Because not only did he take his father and end his father, but he even had another version of himself, another version of Zoom show up and try to push Barry to put his hand straight through the chest of Zoom, but he couldn't do it. And out of nowhere, another version of Hunter Zolomon would show up, and he would tell him that he'll do it himself, ending himself again. Yes, again, this guy was a certified menace. He was a menace. An absolute monster, a creature that's you can't really forget. And frankly, we haven't gotten, or we definitely didn't get much of, well, the Flash having such a terrifying villain, especially after Zoom. I mean, he was fast, but he not only wasn't just a speedster, he also was this cruel monster. He wasn't just a villain who just wanted to win. He wanted to break Barry Allen. He wanted to snap Barry Allen. He wanted other speedsters to be destroyed. He wanted to take over Earth after Earth. He put one entire Earth in a chokehold, and he saw the opportunity for another one and thought, why not? Let's go for more. And that is what Zoom is. He dragged Barry across a city. Absolutely broken, defeated, destroyed. Dangled him above the people that he was supposed to be protecting. The police officers who stand there in front of him can't do a single thing because the one person that is their trump card, Barry freaking Allen, aka the Flash, is just there. Lifeless. Broken, body shattered into pieces, spine broken into little tiny pieces, and he's hovering, completely unconscious, gone. And Zoom asked them, is this really your hero? Is this really your best? And if it is, truly, you're gonna need more. He isn't just faster. He isn't just there to be terrifying. He isn't just there to be the villain. He's sadistic. His speed is used for torture in most ways, in ways that you can't even imagine. And Zoom would watch as bullets would fly straight at him, and he would make it look like it was nothing, catching them as if it was no problem at all. And the sense of protection that you get from a weapon would go out the window quicker than your head could spin, because Zoom caught all the bullets, let them all clatter against the ground, and there it was. You had no hope. Your one and only Red Streak, the speedster, that swoops in and saves everybody is dangling here. Nothing left. Not a single ounce left to fight. And your weapons that are used to protect yourself and others all around you, citizens alike, they don't do anything either. They won't touch him. They won't even get near him. Truly showing that he is a representation of fear and monstrous just intent itself. Reverse Flash may be cold, calculating, and arrogant, but Zoom was fear. He was introduced as like some villain, but he wasn't a villain. He was a plague. He was this thing that was inevitable, this thing that was so sadistic that he, in his own mind, believed that he got so bored in a way that he played the hero for a little bit, got bored of that, took himself out on multiple occasions, and decided that wasn't enough. That if Barry wanted one thing, he wanted him gone, he wanted him dead, he wanted him destroyed, he would have to do it himself. Because if he doesn't, they're going to race, and this world, this earth, will be destroyed, and there's not a single damn thing he's going to do about it. And Barry's already lost to him once, actually multiple times. Not only did he get beaten senseless to the point where he was out for weeks, months, on whatever you want to call it, how long it was, a very long time, breaking his spirit, breaking his ability to even walk. Not only that, he wanted to race him one last time to prove that he was not only faster than the fastest quote-unquote man alive, but he wanted to destroy the earth that they stood on just to prove a point. He used every person that was surrounding Barry Allen as a bargaining chip. Every single bit. He didn't just want to win. He wanted to corrupt. He wanted to truly spread his plague to Barry Allen, creating something that was just like himself. Because at the end of the day, Hunter Zolomon was the victim of so many different things. Abuse, trauma, and many other things. He turned himself into a serial killer who only wanted pain. And he knew that pain was the only thing that was the truth. And that one day, that one singular day that was going to change it all, the day that he was going to lose everything, lose his life, lose everything in the electric chair, would change him forever, creating the speedster that he was and is, but also creating the monster that Earth 2 and even Earth 1 very soon would realize that they need to be looking over their shoulder specifically for when walking down the street. Because Zoom, Hunter Zolomon, well, he may have been a victim of his own kind of abuse and trauma and horrible things, but it still made him out to be this crazy, disgusting plague that pushed forward toward everything. And one Earth wasn't enough. He wanted a second. But that is where it cost him, and that is where it led him down the path of being destroyed, because at the end of the day, he did everything to corrupt Barry Allen, did everything to corrupt the Flash, but every single step he took, every time remnant, every single thing, every little bit that he did messing with the time stream and the timelines, eventually came back to haunt him. Because right when he least expects it, with Barry standing over him, and one singular thing that he was thinking about was, end me, end it, destroy me, get rid of me, because if you do, I live on through you. You'll be just like me. But as he does this, that's not what happens. Barry Allen would back off as, well, you can call it karma would come swooping in and Karma would swoop him up very quickly and got him right out of there, because messing with the timeline, messing with the Speed Force, is not something you want to do too often, because before you know it, there's another scary being that you don't know about that is going to come knocking. But with that said, I would love to hear what you guys have to think, or what you all think about CW Flash's Zoom, because I loved Zoom as a character. I thought he was awesome. I thought he was terrifying, and shoot, he might have even gave me a couple nightmares when I was younger. But I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Is he as terrifying as I remember? Is he as terrifying as I believe? Maybe you're thinking, nah, he's really not that scary. But maybe some of you are thinking, no, he was really that scary. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. If you guys enjoyed, please show some love. Leave a like, leave a sub, and leave a comment down below. All that good stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, YouTube believes that you'll enjoy this video, so might as well go check it out.